In the beginning, God created Arnold Schwarzenegger. Well, maybe he did, or she did. I don't know enough about it to say for sure. And I guess neither do you. But either way, Arnold Schwarzenegger did exist, and he was fabulous. Look at that upper body, built to perfection. And the lower half, well, I guess he was too busy on those arms to worry about the size and girth of those legs. Now, after the beginning, a little while later, God, or whoever, created Tom Platz. And this time, he started on the legs. And you can see where I'm going with this one, guys. Tom Platz did not have the upper body of Arnold Schwarzenegger, but look at Roger Walker back there. But he did have the biggest, best wheels in bodybuilding back in the 80s, and he did compete with Arnold. So, today we are going to combine. Oh my goodness. We're going to combine the two. Upper body of Arnold. Wow. It goes with that lower half of Tom Platz. It is dinosaur-esque. If Arnold had this type of development, and it's possible, with the genetic lotteries, things of that nature, it's possible. He could have looked like this. This would have been the most unbeatable bodybuilder ever. Arnold already was. Back in 73, I think, that other picture was 75. Now this is Arnold in his prime. Let's give this version Tom Platz's wheels. Wow, look at that girth in those legs. Now, this is what I always thought Arnold should look like. He had that big dinosaur upper body, arms, ginormous, and the way he posed, he really did have a small waistline. He's criticized for having a wide waist. Stick him next to Sergio Oliva. Stick anybody next to Sergio Oliva that got a wide waist. Wasn't really that wide. And he was an artist at displaying it. Now, combine that with those just brontosaurus legs. This would defeat anybody. It would probably defeat these two guys, Sean Roden and Chris Bumstead. Now, the original request, one of you fellers sitting at home, or maybe you're at the gym, I don't know. Thank you, by the way. You guys requested this. You guys also, the feller or fellas that requested this, wanted to see Sean Roden versus this conglomeration and Chris Bumstead. Isn't that a little bit greedy? Sheer greed. But either way, guys, those two dudes don't stand a chance against this ultimate bodybuilder, the very best front double bicep pose in all of creation. I should have said front double bi to save time instead of saying front double biceps pose. There. Save a lot of time. Go to the next shot. Now we have the front lat spread. 1975. It is the only really good picture of Arnold hitting this pose. There's none from, there's one earlier on, but the angle's too bad. It's good. It makes him look too good. And furthermore, 75, Arnold's upper body wasn't bad. It was pretty good condition-wise, and size wasn't bad either. It was just his little dandelion spores were nowhere near as big. Now, because he has dandelion spores, we decided to, boom, Superset Man, boom. Ho, ho, ho. Look at the size of Arnold here. He'd have been 300 pounds if he was an ounce. You guys notice I slipped in the little boom Superset Man thing? Superset Man. You guys don't know who Superset Man is? Well, if you don't, go over and subscribe to his channel. He does edits like these ones here. I guess these types of videos were inspired by him. And he's a real cool dude, too. So, subscribe to his channel, look at his edits, and he has other videos as well. Now, since we're all here, we're all gathered around, bring on Sean Roden and Bumstead. Yeah, Bumstead sure does look good, doesn't he? In that upper half. Roden looks good in the lower half as well. Wow. Anyway, we'll just say Arnold's just too much for those guys. He's beating them, right? Right, correct. No arguments here. Come on, give me a break. We're supposed to be glorifying this conglomeration between Arnold Schwarzenegger and Tom Platz. Nobody would ever come close to this. Come on now. Turn to the side. This is Arnold from 75, and it is a wrist clasped, whatever you would call it. It's not really a regular chest pose. Although it does look good, and food for thought, Arnold's hamstring and his quad and calf included look pretty darn good. But what the heck? Here's Tom Platz's wheel on there. Wow. Pretty impressive. But like I said, I was actually pretty impressed with Arnold's left leg there. But obviously it's not going to be like Tom Platz. Now there are pictures like this, and fellas's, I think we all know this by now. These pictures are kind of useless when comparing other bodybuilders because the angles were of such that they made Arnold look like I think that he wanted to look like. He wanted to have that angle just superb. Because I've seen other pictures of Arnold and he didn't really look quite like this. But what the heck, we're all gathered around, like I said. Here is Tom Platz's legs, both of them, leagues. I don't know, you guys say it funny. My wife even joined you guys. Yeah, you do say it funny, she says. You're so handsome. Then she said that, but I'm just joking. But yes, Tom Platz looks pretty impressive, and like I mentioned in the front double, it actually is form-fitting. It looks like it makes sense that Arnold would have such massive legs like this. Never know. Would he defeat Sean Roden and Chris Bumstead? Sure. Why not? He was only ever losing in the leg department between these two guys, and Tom Platz. Come on, guys. Don't make me say his name again. We all know who he is, darn it. So Arnold, the angle of this shot. I mean, this is really, realistically, an unbeatable side chest pose. What about the back? Perhaps less interesting, considering Arnold's front and side upper body were really his main features. But you know what? Arnold's back was pretty darn good nonetheless, but so was Tom Platz. Didn't have that width. But, hey, we're here. Let us look at the conglomeration, and it's not bad. Bit of a badonkadonk there. And if you've heard Arnold talk about his training methods, he really didn't want to have a big bottom. They really didn't do heavy squats because of that. But it does resemble a modern day bodybuilder a little bit more. I mean, we're not going to even compare Sean Roden and Bumstead because they're not even showing the glutes. But you know what? It kind of reminds me of Dorian Yates, those 6 weeks out or 3 weeks out. I think these ones are 3 weeks out. Tell me if I'm wrong, but he's not wearing socks here, so I think these are actually legit 3 weeks out. They were more similar in my mind. Arnold's got a good tree, and Dorian has good lats. So Arnold Schwarzenegger, the back double bi, maybe a little bit lackluster. I'm sure some of you guys like this one. Big giant calves. Wow, look at Tom Platz's calves. They're cows. They're full-grown bulls. Here's the most muscular. 1975, if I'm not mistaken. Of course it is. I act like I don't know. You guys know too. You guys are as big as bodybuilding nerds as I am. As big as body... Is that proper? Well, either way, here is Tom involved in this. They're almost too big. You know what I'm saying? Bring on a 74. 1974, the picture quality not nearly as good as 75, and that's too darn bad. They should have did pumping iron for 74. We would have had a much more jacked Arnold. But you notice, I don't know, his legs just don't match that big upper body. So, for one last time, boom, Superset Man, boom. Homage, I pay homage to the Superset Man. Very impressive set of legs. Tom Platz goes very well with Arnold Schwarzenegger. And dare I say, Arnold would destroy Chris Bumstead in the most muscular pose. We didn't have a good crab from Sean Roden, so we just didn't even show it. Very form-fitting, though, these guys. Look at their chests. Look at their traps. Arnold's camera's down a little bit too low. Favored him in the sign, yes, but it didn't do many favors in the most muscular, did it? Very impressive, guys. I think Tom Platz, Arnold Schwarzenegger, they were meant to be together. They were meant to be. I actually did a video like this a long time ago for Fernando Arroyo, set me up with some Arnold edited pictures, and I hope I did this one a little bit more justice. Well, by now I should be good at these edits. Of course, Superset Man, always there with the right advices. He'd never give me the wrong advices, so only the right advices. That's what Arnold calls advices. And you can often hear Bob Ciccarello, the voice of bodybuilding, he often says that too. What's wrong with Bob? What do you guys... Don't be making fun of Bob in the comment section below. Leave Bob alone. Did the podcast there for EP09. That was nice of him, wasn't it? He is the voice of bodybuilding. He looks like Lou Ferrigno too. Hit thumbs up on the video, guys. Arnold Schwarzenegger, he is the greatest of all time when he has Tom Platz's legs, and so that means Tom Platz. He is the greatest of all time too in every pose. Have a great one, guys.